likely the most common complaint and most misunderstood thing is the whole idea of having more energy. You talk to people, you overhear conversations, and the most common thing is often, oh, I would do that, but I don't have enough energy, or I can't do that because I don't have enough energy, or oh, I just wish I could have more energy because then I would do this, or then I would feel this way, or I could do this or that, or X, Y, or Z. And then what are the most common substances used and abused? Stimulants of all different varieties, all the way ranging from relatively benign all the way to very extreme and very sort of dangerous. Whether that's coffee, yerba mate, amphetamines, pills, uppers, 5-hour energies, sugar, all of these different things people are using and relying on because they think, oh, well, that's going to give me more energy. That's going to help me be more productive and get more done. Which really is very far from actually being true, very far from actually being sustainable and realistic over the short, medium, and long term, because of a real lack of understanding for what energy is and where it actually comes from. Now, if we really want to understand energy, we want to understand the easiest way to have more energy is to be more relaxed. Meaning the more we can relax, the more kind of chill and even keel we can be, the more energy we'll naturally have. Because this implies that we're going to be more relaxed, we're going to be more at ease, and then we're going to be less getting in our own way. Kind of like when you say to someone, listen up. What do people do? Lean forward and tense up. Say, oh, look at this. People, what do? They lean forward and they squint, which is basically muscular tension and contraction, which is getting in the way of the natural process that's happening. But if we could just learn to go the opposite direction, meaning learn to relax, learn to have more ease and comfort and peace inside of our bodies, we will naturally have more energy, we'll naturally have way more reserves of energy, far more endurance, and we'll feel better along the process. Now, not to say that this is easy, and not to say that this just means you should just smoke a pound of marijuana and take opiates and take downers and take all manner of different sedatives to basically just bring you down so you're just so chill and void all the time. No, because it's not really balanced either, and there's plenty of people that try to do that and it just doesn't work. Because just as much time, energy, and effort it takes to teach yourself to be stressed, to teach yourself to be depleted, to teach yourself how to behave dysfunctionally, it's going to take time and investment and energy and resources to learn to do things in a more harmonious, benevolent way, in a way that's more sustainable for the long term, and in a way that naturally can provide energy. So that's one piece of the equation. The more relaxed we can be, the more comfort and peace we can have in our bodies, the more energy we'll naturally have all the time. The second component and the second least understood thing is that really we should ask, well, why don't we have energy? Why don't we want to do this? And usually this boils down to people doing things that they don't want to do, things that they don't like to do, being around people that they don't like, being in relationships that they don't enjoy, and then doing things in general which are not nourishing. Doing things which are generally just a depletion, meaning it's just robbing us of energy and robbing us of energy, but not really giving us back. Because we might have, let's say, an exercise program that we just love. Like, for example, maybe we want to train a couple hours every single day. Sure, that takes energy. Sure, that tires us. But we love it, and we're excited about it, and we look forward to it, so likewise it nourishes us. And like, let's say we want to learn to play a musical instrument. It's going to suck in the beginning. It's going to be hard. It's going to be frustrating. But we like it, so we're putting energy in, but we're getting energy back out. Same thing with balanced and loving relationships. We, yes, have to invest time and energy to cultivate them and build them up, but we're getting return. It's this benevolent cycle of energy circulation. So that's one of the major things, is that people go to jobs that they hate and they naturally just don't want to do it, and their body's like, please stop, no, trying to fight everything. So what do they say? Oh, well, I need to pound like a bunch of coffee and a bunch of sugar and a bunch of stimulants and a bunch of things to sort of numb me out so I can get all of this crap done. Which I think these two things can sort out and uncover and reveal really so many different ways in which we leak energy, and so many different ways in which we can actually start to cultivate and build energy. Because yes, we might all have something that we're trying to deal with, situations that we may not like, but it's going to take a step-by-step gradual progression to just make it better and fine-tune it and harmonize. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be, necessarily a quick fix. It's going to be something we're going to actualize and see and say, wow, okay, here's where I'm at now, but here's how I understand these other two things, so let me start to learn things and do things in the short term that then will add and build over the medium and over the long term. Meaning it's going to come down to small, everyday activities that then add up and build over time. So in that way, we can see how these two principles and these concepts which we've just talked about can be applied and brought back to here and now and in the present moment. So just wanted to make that video, or this video actually, because energy is just such a misunderstood thing, and really people want to always seek more and more things outside of them because they don't ever come back around and look at the real root cause, which the real root cause is these two things which we just talked about. So when we address the root cause, set up better cycles that actually feed us rather than just keep continually depleting us, because we can still have this dysfunctional pattern and everything we do out of that pattern is literally still going to be going in that direction. But we come back, identify the root causes of the pattern, then we can just sort of go in a different direction. So hopefully that's been helpful. Much to say about energy, but this is a great overview, a great way to understand it, and most importantly, take action and make things happen in our lives.